Are you looking for the best way to use your AMEX MR points? Did you know that there are things to avoid and that there are things that can double its value? Welcome back to CreditWise, better credits the wise way. Today, we will discuss a comprehensive guide to using AMEX points to pay for trips, statement credits, gift cards, online shopping, and other items. To gain the most value and what to steer clear of, we'll break this down with a simple formula. If you're looking to see if something is a good deal, just divide the actual price by the points amount to get a cents per point value. Then, anything below 1 cent per point, stay away from. Anything at 1 cent per point or higher is what we aim for, depending on how you want to use your points. There are multiple ways to redeem points, and let's get on with it. Redeeming membership rewards points for a statement credit is the first option, and it's also one of the worst ones. For a card like the AMEX Gold Card, which earns 4x points per dollar at grocery stores and restaurants, our target goal is to gain at least 1 cent per point in value at a minimum for our AMEX points. The value of those 4x points per dollar will be equal to a 4% return. To give an example to our formula, a $100 grocery purchase at 4x MR points per dollar is worth 400 points. 400 MR points at a value of 1 cent per point is worth $4. At a 1 cent per point valuation, $4 worth of points is the same as 4% back in this $100 example. If you use points to pay off charges on your credit card statement, you'll only get 2.4% back. When you look at these two options side by side, you'd rather use those points to get at least $4 or 4% back with some of redemption points than $2.40 or 2.4% back as a statement credit. Remember that when it comes to redeeming American Express membership rewards points, you want to try to get at least 1 cent per point in value and no less. But ideally, we want to try to get above 1 cent per point in value. Statement credit redemptions are not going to be a good option. When we do the math, each point is worth 0.6 cents. Shopping with your points through the AMEX website is pretty bad as well for redemption. Normally, shopping online through AMEX with points is going to get you about 0.5 cents per point in value. For example, if something normally costs you $100 in cash through the AMEX shopping portal, that would cost 20,000 membership rewards points. 100 divided by 20,000 points equals 0.5 cents per point. Sometimes, AMEX runs special promotions where it looks like a good deal because you can use less points. But remember to do the math and check if it values at least 1 cent per point. The next redemption option, purchasing with AMEX points at the checkout. This is fairly identical to the first two. You will notice an option to utilize your AMEX points balance to pay for that transaction on sites like Amazon, PayPal, and a few other select websites. Let's say you wanted to buy that necklace from Amazon for a total of $50, and you noticed that your AMEX Gold Card was linked as a payment method, suggesting that you could make this purchase with 7,140 membership rewards points instead. This is another bad choice. When we do the math, 50 divided by the 7,140 points, the result is 0.7 cents per point. This is still well below the 1 cent per point minimum target redemption value. Third is redeeming points for gift cards. This choice normally gets you below 1 cent per point in value. However, it depends on special deals and the store gift card you're looking at. This 100-point TJ Maxx and Marshalls gift card costs 11,765 points. That's 0.85 cents per point. It's not worth it because you're getting below 1 cent each point. Gift cards are not the finest option, but also not the worst. There are other ways to redeem points for cashback, such as the Charles Schwab AMEX Platinum. With the Schwab AMEX Platinum, you can redeem your membership rewards points into your Schwab brokerage account at a value of 1.1 cents per point. That means that if you had 100,000 MR points, you could redeem that into your brokerage account for $1,100. Compare that to getting 0.6 cents per point for a statement credit. Those 100,000 MR points would only be worth $600. Next, let's talk about how to use these points to pay for travel, which is where they'll be worth much more. First, booking hotels, cruises, and car rentals through the AMEX portal. Booking them through the portal will still only get you about 0.7 cents per point, which is still less than 1 cent per point and not the best value. For example, at the Marriott Old City Hotel, we could stay for one night for $371 or use 53,010 AMEX points through the portal. This means that each point is worth about 0.7 cents. Now, since Marriott is an American Express transfer partner, we can transfer points at a 1-to-1 rate. If we look at Marriott's website, we can see that the same night only costs 40,000 Marriott points. So if we transfer points, it will only cost 40,000 AMEX points. After taxes and fees, the cash price of $371 through the AMEX portal is still the best deal. If we divide $371 by 40,000 transferred points, we get a value of 0.92 cents per point. No matter how you try to book a hotel, whether it's through the AMEX portal or a transfer partner, you probably won't get a lot of value out of your AMEX points. On average, you'll only get 0.7 cents per point, which isn't that great. Of course, there will always be exceptions where you can find sweet spots and get more than 1 cent per point. Next, let's talk about how to use points for flights, which may be the best way for most people to use their points. Let's say you wanted to fly from Philadelphia to Chicago, which usually costs $190 through AMEX. AMEX also lets you book membership rewards points. For the flight, you'll need 18,971 points. If you do the math, a $190 cash price divided by 18,971 points gives you a value of about 1 cent per point, which is what you'll get for most flights in the AMEX portal. This means that booking flights in the portal at 1 point is better than booking hotels and other things at 0.7 cents per point. A cool little trick with AMEX and one of their transfer partners. We can get a better deal than this 1 cent per point for the same flight from Philadelphia to Chicago by using half as many points. Unfortunately, American Airlines is not a direct transfer partner with American Express. But we know that AMEX points transfer to British Airways at a 1-to-1 rate. Also, both American Airlines and British Airways are part of the One World Alliance, which means that you can book some American Airlines flights through British Airways. This depends on award availability, so you should always do your own research. But if we go to the British Airways website, we can find the exact same American Airlines flight, and it only costs 9,000 AVS points, plus an extra $5.60 for taxes and fees. This means that instead of booking that flight through the AMEX portal for 18,971 points, you can just transfer over 9,000 points to British Airways. If you divide the $190 cash price by the 9,000 points needed to book this American Airlines flight by transferring to British Airways, you get about 2.1 cents per point value, plus $5.60. You can even sometimes find that AMEX runs promotions for transferring over membership rewards points. They run these promotions from time to time with certain transfer partners, so it's always a good idea to keep an eye out for them. A 40% promotion example. That means you'd only need 7,000 MR points plus a $5.60 fee to book this $190 flight, which means each point is worth about 2.7 cents. 1,000 points usually turn into 1,000 AVS, but with the 40% bonus, that number is now 1,400 AVS. If you do the math, it would only cost maybe 6,400 points or a little bit more than that to transfer those points into 9,000 AVS at this rate. Buying shorter distance American Airlines tickets through British Airways is one option that is going to make a lot of sense for many individuals out there using AMEX points and transfer partners. Since the success of this strategy will depend on a variety of variables, and since offers like this won't always be readily available, you'll have to do your own learning and study in order to maximize your use of American Express points. This is what makes AMEX points less user-friendly than Chase points, but it doesn't have to be that hard to take advantage of transfer partners. And if you take the time to learn this stuff, you'll definitely find ways to get between 1.5 and 2 cents per point, or even much more in value depending on the flights you want to book. A lot of people in the credit card industry will tell you that the best redemption value for American Express points is on long-haul international flights, in business or first class. If this video helped out, help the channel as well by leaving a thumbs up. That's it again today from CreditWise. Better credit the wise way. For more credit and finance advice, subscribe today. We'll see you in the next video.